Hi everybody, my name is Tony Hain Shipkowski. This is my EDFN 530 Unit 3 online formative assessment tool review of Plickers, Plickers.com. Sorry, I'm running a little bit of a cold here, getting over a cold, and I just wanted to spell that out for you guys. So let's get right to it. The first tab that you see here on the left is called New Set. New Set takes you to another page which allows you to start creating your set or quiz or test, whatever you would call it, of questions. You have three options. The first one is multiple choice. You type your question in with the desired answers, and then you click on the desired answer that is correct. You can also go to true and false, type in your question, true or false answers, and then you can also do a survey. So if you want to see how students are doing, kind of like what we've been talking about in our readings, especially chapters 3 and 4, if you want to do a quick formative assessment to see where the kids are at, I feel great, or I feel like I need more help, or if I went home, I did this on my own, I'd be perfectly fine. Just to kind of see where the kids are at, kind of give them to self-assess, which is what we've also been talking about a lot lately. From there, you could also add a different choice, true, false, or something different. You can print a handout for those students that need a large version. You can print it out for them. You just have to tabulate the results separately. Add to queue just means, okay, after I'm done with this set or quiz, you could add it to that class. To go a little further into detail about this website, you go to recent or your library. Recent is, again, just something that you've done. This is literally the one I just started. I need to delete a lot of these so I don't get confused. But for example, test run, that's what I made earlier this morning, and earlier in the week, and I ran through this morning with a couple people. Again, just being silly here. Who is the best teacher on Team 9? Me and my 3 coworkers. And then you can do a survey. What is your favorite subject? Or how do you feel after this lesson? Again, I feel I really need a lot of help. I can do some of the work with a little bit of help. I can do most of the work with a little bit of help, or I will be perfectly fine on my own. And eventually, later, you'll see the results, which I'll show you here in a little bit. You can rename the set by clicking up at the top to rename the set like I showed you from the get-go, or you can click on this and it'll take you here, and then you can edit set, and then you can just rename it up here at the top like I showed you before, which is pretty simple. Then, oops, sorry, looking at the wrong things here. The report is pretty cool. It's stored data of all your recent taken tests. It doesn't show you, obviously, reports on things you haven't done yet, but by clicking on it, you can see that individuals' grades on the assessment. You could it does not include the survey questions, obviously, because the surveys are not graded. They're just to see where students are at or how they feel. It's an opinion question. From there, you can see the percentage of people who were correct and wrong on your results. So if you click on the individual questions, it shows you who got the question right, who got the question wrong. And then for those of us that need to use this data for different standards or state requirements, up here it tells you how many people got the test question correct. So if you met your district-wide mastery goal for a question, obviously we all want it to be 100%, but I know that's a bit unrealistic. So that's pretty cool that it tells you that. It also tells you, it does help you for the data collection for testing, but it also is real-time data. So as soon as you're done with that question, or even the test itself, just go here to reports, it pulls it up for you, and it actually shows you that overall percentage right there, which is pretty neat. Other than that, you could go through by question and check it and see how students did. That's the one drawback or constraint for this, is that you have to go in individually, question by question, to see who got it correct, who got it wrong, what choices were chosen, so that way you can maybe formulate your groups based off of success rates. From here, it's a pretty cool, simple breakdown of how the kids did. The last thing I want to show you on this page is the score sheet. The score sheet is where you can see the results broken down by day or week based off of your class. You just select your class. So obviously this week I only did the one set that I was just running as a test run. It shows you the breakdown of, okay, the survey questions, and again, what kids got what correct or what wrong on what questions. Again, you have to tabulate this on your own for any data collection, unfortunately. Last thing I want to talk about that's not on this page is the QR codes. This is great. You get up to 63 different cards. All are different, making it very hard for the kids to cheat because it's hard to see the answers, and every QR code is different. So if a kid holds this way, another QR doesn't look the exact same, and it's very hard to see the answer choices because they're very tiny up here, and each kid's is different. So that makes it really nice and neat that you can really trust the kids to do their own work here. Cost structure-wise, it is free. The Plickers Plus is $4.79 a month. It gives you the free program plus no shared limits on things that you've created. Shared packs are also unlimited. Instant images are unlimited, which I was able to add anyway, so I don't think that's really relevant anymore. Unlimited score sheets and priority support from the program creators. The benefits of real-time results and data is recorded. Only need one device for the results. Can be used in all content areas. Free package gives you enough features to utilize. Reusable barcodes from class to class. All you have to do is take those QR codes, cut them out, and eliminate them. Just make sure that if you give Johnny number 1 today, he uses number 1 from now on, so the data is consistent and streamlined and recorded properly. Because if you have Johnny on your class sheet as number 1, that's what number he should always have. And the numbers are on the QR codes as well in the top corner. It is hard for students to cheat, like I mentioned before, and it is a great form of assessment at the end of the week or a quick check after a lesson, either as a grade or just to see where the kids are at. And the constraints are that the paid package obviously does give you more options, but the data, the most important thing here, I think, is that the data is cumbersome to collect because you have to go in through each quiz and question individually to collect the data for each different student. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed.